Hello, and alright, let me start off by saying thank you for getting this channel to 3,000 subs. Uh, that's just crazy. When I started uploading videos somewhat consistently, I didn't honestly expect it to go anywhere, and now here we are. Um, I thought here at the 3K mark would be a good place to say thanks and also just to ramble on a bit about what led up to this point and what I plan on doing in the future. So, back in 2021, I decided to start uploading to this channel consistently. Before that point, I mean, you can see it, it's just a couple of very old little videos and some GTA editor stuff back when I was messing around with that when that first came out. But when I started uploading consistently, there were two series that I made that were just unedited long form Let's Plays, and to be completely honest, they sucked. They were awful. And when I took a moment recently to look back at them, I made the wise decision just to unlist them, just get rid of them, spare anyone from being subjected to just how bad they were. My mic quality was terrible, the commentary was bland, just, yeah, we're better off with them gone. As I started losing interest in those doomed series, I started messing around with editing software for the first time. I used DaVinci Resolve to edit, and I highly recommend it to anyone looking to make videos. As someone who had never done more than simple cuts before, I found Resolve to be pretty intuitive, and there are plenty of guides online showing the ins and outs of a lot of its features. On a related note, OBS is great for recording. Like, at first I used NVIDIA Shadowplay to record, but OBS is just a step above that. Like, you can do stuff like separate your audio tracks so you can individually edit, like game audio, microphone audio, Discord, all of that, and that is just extremely useful. Anyways, getting back on track. From there, I branched into making two types of videos with the goal of learning how to edit just a bit better. And they were Phasmophobia highlights, where I just add subtitles, and Stellaris memes. Phasmophobia highlights were honestly more just for me and my friends to laugh at, and just an experiment in if I wanted to do maybe gameplay videos with subtitles. And oh man, as it turns out, subtitles are extremely painful and time consuming to implement. At least if you want to implement them half decently. Like, you see those videos with like really good subtitles on them? Like those guys put in the work. Holy crap, even doing like the most basic subtitles, extremely tedious and time consuming. Props to people that do them well, because I am not one of those people, as it turns out. And then there are the Stellaris memes, and those were a different beast entirely. At the time, I was really into Stellaris and drawing inspiration from some EU4 memes I'd seen and videos by likes of EP30 and Montu Plays. I decided to try my hand at making some funny edits of my own. Little did I know that these would take off into the stratosphere. Like, my first Stellaris video quickly got thousands of views when I had never even breached 100 before. And then right at the beginning of 2022, I made the John Wick Bubbles video, and holy crap, that thing took off. Like, that thing was the 100 subscriber special. In fact, it was the not quite 100 subscriber special. And within days, it was reaching into the hundreds of thousands of views. Absolutely insane. So suddenly, out of nowhere, I had 1,000, then 2,000 subscribers, and hundreds of thousands of views for something that was supposed to just be a secondary kind of video. Like, something that wasn't the primary thing I wanted to make, really. So I sort of felt obligated to make a few more. I did that. Each of them did really good, but the whole time I was making them, I was really torn just between like the success of those videos and the direction I actually wanted to take the channel in. Eventually, I just started running out of ideas for Stellaris videos, and frankly, I was getting burnt out of making them. So I made the decisions to shift gears entirely and start working on gameplay videos again. They didn't do well at all in comparison, and I still felt a little bit bad for, I don't know, what felt like pulling a bait and switch, just, oh, you subscribed for this thing, well now I'm just gonna do this thing, this completely different thing suddenly. But, I kept making the occasional video or short series for a while, and that was up until January of this year, when I found The Isle. And The Isle was a game that I'd been aware of for a long time. I remember watching, what was it, Anthomnia, Best in Slot, Gaming Beaver, just all of them, like, play it back in the day, like, way legacy days. But, it was just one of those games that was sort of on the periphery of, like, my knowledge. Like, I knew it existed, but I never got around to buying or playing it. But just by complete chance, one day Soviet Womble's video essay on The Isle popped into my feed, and that resulted in me getting recommended a whole bunch of Isle videos again. And after binge watching those, and seeing pretty much the entire Isle side of YouTube, I ended up looking it up on Steam, and oh, it was on sale, so I just bought it. And I made a few Isle vids, which did about as well as the previous ones, but the interesting thing was, even while the old Stellaris videos were still getting picked up by the algorithm, I mean, just suddenly, like the one you see on screen right now, that one just out of nowhere. Like, the thing got like 0 views for like months on end, and then just exponential curve. Like, what in the world? I don't even think a DLC came out during that time. I think the algorithm just did that for no reason. Like, insane. Even while there's these videos, they're getting tens of thousands more views. And like, that was like hundreds of thousands more views. I think that's the most viewed video on my channel now. Even with that, I was still happier when a single Isle vid broke 100 views. Like, it's just a strange thing that, like, I see one video, it's like, oh, this got like 100,000 views, like, big whoops, this new one I made got 100, heck yeah. But, and that's what brings us to the last couple months. I was able to help with the stress testing of the Gateway update, and I got a couple videos out. When I say a couple, I mean I literally got 2 videos out when the embargo lifted, between that and it going public. And that resulted in me having a video that, for the first time ever, actually did better view-wise than a single one of the old Stellaris memes. And, I mean, that's pretty big to me. That's something that I made recently actually did better than one of those old things. And since then, all of my new Isle videos have done pretty good. It's hard to judge exactly how big this channel actually is. Like, I have no clue what proportion of my subscribers are actually here for the more recent stuff, and who are the ones that are just like how many are just holdovers from the Stellaris days that have just simply forgotten to unsubscribe once I stopped making stuff that they watched. And this ambiguity has been part of the reason why I was hesitant to make this video in the first place a little bit. Like, do I really do a 3K, sub thank you when probably most of them aren't even here anymore? Like, just, in a way, it doesn't feel earned, I guess. Like, I'm riding the coattails of something I did 2 years ago. And it's also the reason that up to this point I haven't monetized anything. If you've seen an ad on any videos, it's because copyright put them there, or I don't know, I think there's one or two like that don't have any copyright stuff, but YouTube put ads on them anyways. I have no clue what that's about, but yeah, I didn't get a cent from any of that. Now it's because I didn't feel like I actually earned it. Like, it didn't feel like the channel grew organically from people, liking the regular stuff I was making. Like, literally within days of making the Bubbles video, and it, like, blew up, I was eligible for monetization. I got that many views and subscribers in just a couple days. But I chose not to monetize it or anything since because it felt scummy to do so. The channel was blowing up from stuff that I wouldn't be making long term. And, I mean, in hindsight, it's probably dumb that I didn't monetize anything. Heck, looking at Social Blade, I apparently could have made a few $100s at the very least. So that's fun to know. And I know most people would probably say, oh no, it's fine, you should have gone ahead and monetized things. Like, no one cares, no one gives a crap. But I cared. Like, it was just something that didn't sit right with me, even if it's just a weird me thing. But when I was thinking of, like, well, if I ever did want to monetize, because the channel's, like, actual size is so ambiguous, like, at what point do I say, like, okay, now it's good? That's why I set, like, the arbitrary goal of, okay, for me to even consider monetizing stuff going forward, I have to get 500 views consistently on the regular content. That is the goal that I set. I was like, if my regular stuff starts getting up to 500 views consistently, that's the point where I can say, okay, I think I've actually grown enough and have enough, active people watching it that's about the point where I would get monetization if the algorithm didn't just, like, throw my channel into the stratosphere out of nowhere. And, well, as you can see right here, it looks like I might have passed that goal. So, yeah, I'm considering it. I am very much considering it, though even now I'm a bit apprehensive. Honestly, the last month has just been so exciting. Like, it seems so silly that I'm excited to get a couple thousand views on a new video when I have old videos that get that many views daily. But I mean, what can I say? It feels like I've earned it to some degree, rather than the algorithm just dumping it all on my lap. It feels like I've finally found that little niche that I was looking for. And I can't thank you all enough for making that happen. As for stuff that's just upcoming in the near future, I've got a few things in mind, including a piece on the current state of Beppy, my beloved, and a series where I brainstorm what my ideal migrations for every playable would be, and maybe gameplay somewhere in between there, who knows. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to making those, and that's about it. Here's to another year, and I hope this is just the beginning. Thanks for watching.